The hippest trip in America. 60 non-stop minutes across the tracks of your mind into the exciting world of soul. Starring the king of soul, James Brown, Lynn Collins, and the Soul Train Gang, brought to you by Johnson Products Company, makers of Ultra Sheen, Afro Sheen, and the new Ultra Sheen Facial Fashions Makeup. And now, here's your host, Don Cornelius.
Hey now, and welcome aboard for a ride with history, as well as a ride through the today world of the King of Soul, James Brown, a mighty man, and his music right after this message.
He says he never knows what to expect. And I say thank goodness for Ultra Sheen Facial Fashions. It lets me change my look to fit my mood. Mostly, I like to look now. The liquid makeup helps. Sometimes I want to look like wow. That's where Ultra Sheen Facial Fashions eye cosmetics come in. And there are times when I want to be natural. A little moisturizer and blusher and I'm on my way. He likes it when I look fragile and romantic. That's when I use pressed powder and just a touch of lipstick. Ultra Sheen Facial Fashions has everything I need to look any way I want. And it helps me keep him guessing. It's the makeup that moods are made of.
The full James Brown story is far greater than we could ever hope to tell in this 1 hour. However, we intend to go deeper than anyone else has ever gone on television, and certainly no one is more deserving of such a tribute. And now let's welcome aboard probably the greatest entertainer in the world, Mr. James Brown. James, you can tell by the shouts of the Soul Train Gang how glad we are to have you here. And I imagine a man who has achieved so much, it's difficult for you to single out any one thing. For example, as a recording artist, you've been a colossal success with 39, I'm told, going on 40 million sellers. You've spoken to kings and presidents and entertained millions, spoken out on issues such as drugs with your recording King Heroin, spoken out on education with Don't Be a Dropout. What do you feel may turn out to be your greatest achievement?
Well, I'm very glad you asked that, Brother Don, because I'm ended up it's kind of a final for James Brown as far as the one-night engagement is concerned. I'm pretty well getting out of the business. But I'm going into something that I think can be far more valuable to the community, to our race in this country, because there are a lot that has to do with education, and I want to make kind of a tour and a festival of checking out the black colleges, seeing how and why having a curriculum been brought up to a standard where we can compete with anybody in the world. And this is going to be one of my main subjects. Nobody else is going in this area. And I figured this is one of the areas that should have been penetrated a long time ago, because there is the only way you can live is to know. And to not to know, you can never live.
Right. Well, that's a very excellent issue for you to get involved in, because I'm told that black colleges are really suffering today, and it might be the shot in the arm that they need.
Yeah.
On the music side, I'd like to talk about some of your big recordings, both old and new. I guess the first big thing for you was Please Please.
Please Please is kind of like soul national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I sing it, I guess I go back to days that I don't ever want to forget, because if I forget those days, I forget how realism can really be.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to start out with?
Well, I'd like to start out with our current thing right now. The only way we can get a lot of things done is get on a good foot.
I could dig it. One time for James Brown.
Get past the people, get past the hitman. Get on down, get on down, get on. I want to get on the good foot. I won't do it but the good foot. Get on the good foot. on the good foot. I wanna get on the good foot. I got to do it with the good foot. Get it with the good foot. You know the long hair hipsters and the Armstrong blacks, they all get together across the track and they party on the good foot. I know the dude with the good foot. Dance on the good foot. Ain't nothing going on but the rent there. A whole lot of bills in my money spent. And that's on my bad foot. You know my baby get the short, got the blues. I gotta put the job and I pay my dues on the good foot. Dance on the good foot. Get on the good foot. Oh, get on the good foot. Good foot. Yeah! Get it! Get it! Get it! Shabana! it funk. Yeah. Try me. Try me. Darling, tell me I need you. Try me. Try me. All right. Try me. Try me. And your love will always be true. Oh, I need you. All right. Oh, come on, hold me. Hold me. Hold me. Hold me. I want you right here. Right here. By my side. All you got to do is hold me. Hold me. Hold me. Hold me. And your love, we wanna hide. Oh, I need you. Oh,
I'd like to know one thing. Are you ready for the Super Brother? Are you ready for the Super Brother music for the soul? He's blackophonic, dynamic, heritage, and funky. Music for the third world. Ladies and gentlemen, doing it on his good foot, Super Brother himself. He's got a bag of his own. Ladies and gentlemen, Soul Brother number one, James Brown!
Get up, stay on the scene like a sex machine. Get up, stay on the scene like a sex machine. Get up, stay on the scene like a sex machine. Now, can I go to the bridge? Can I go to the bridge? Can I go to the bridge? Take on. Stay on the scene. machine. Ow! The way I like it, that's the way it is. I got my nigga, I don't worry about kids. Stay on the scene, like a love machine. Ow! Let me go back. Can I go back? Can I go back? Can I hit it and quit? Hear me now.
Okay, we're back with Soul Brother #1, and James, I think it's probably obvious to you after watching the show what the Soul Train Gang thinks of you. I'd like to ask you what you think of them.
Man, I'm telling you, they got to be one of the most beautiful group of people I've ever had a chance to work with. Everybody's so soulful and so friendly. Hey, it's just like you see it on TV. I mean, like it comes out and it goes every place in the country, and just as warm as they seem to be on camera, that's how warm they are in person.
Okay.
Really right on people.
We'd like to turn it over to them for some questions.
My name is Brenda Hill, and I'd like to know, what is your astrological sign?
Taurus.
My name is Connie, and I would like to know just what really made you want to do what you're doing.
Well, I had no choice because I had a chance to play professional baseball, and I was a professional fighter, but I felt that I could get more out of it doing it this way. At least I'd stay around longer.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Vanessa, and I'm just reminding you to say hi to my little brother, Rusty.
Okay. She's been asking me all along. Hey, Russ, I want to say hi. I know you don't look as good as your sister, but anyway, beautiful.
Okay.
I'm Bridget Johnson. I'd like to ask Miss Collins what sign she is.
What sign is Lynn Collins?
I don't know. What's that? You know?
Yes, my name is Lamont Peterson, and I wanted to ask you, you among many black people have voted for President Nixon, and I wanted to ask you, like, what advantages could you possibly say, could be towards the black people?
I'm glad you asked that question because I really want to get into it all day. It's kind of a long thing, but I won't make it too long. One of the reasons why I'm getting out of business is the fact that I want to go into areas that has been opened up to me by the black people, and it wouldn't have been possible had it wouldn't have been for them. But for so long, we've been told that we had to be one thing. We got to be a part of the whole system in order to get the best out of it. And it's another thing. We can never be sold out when we've never been in. If a cat can get in, then he can do a lot of things for us. And I hope to be one of those people that be in there because the black people chose me like a long time ago. And this is my chance to really not only just do black people a favor, but do the country a favor, because the country cannot survive unless everybody is making it. And this is my feeling.
Okay, I'd like to know, my name is Irma Hunter, and I'd like to know how long did it take for you to get all your fantastic group together, your JBs?
Well, I had a lot of help because a lot of the people have been here quite a while. We've changed personnel for a lot of times, but we got beautiful people like Brother Fred Westland, Brother John Starks, Jabbo, and also Brother Sinclair Pinckney. And we just got a hard working group of people that don't mind working, so it don't really take too much time, because one thing about it, these are dedicated brothers, and they know unless they do it and really do it, hey, somebody else will get into our thing, and we refuse to let anybody be a part of our thing.
Okay, James, you've coined many original phrases in the songs you've written, and I think probably the one that most people identified with very strongly was one where you said, I got soul and I'm super bad. What made you write that one?
Well, back to that same basic story again, the brothers are pretty hip and pretty together if they just get that opportunity. Mm-hmm. So a little motivation, inspiration kind of helps the ship to sail,
Well, let's get some soul and get super bad.
Can I get into it now?
You can get it.
something that makes me wanna shout. I got that thing to tell me what it's all about. I got soul, yeah, and I'm super bad. Oh, super bad. Wow! I got something that tells me what to do. Sometimes I feel so good, I wanna talk something for you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, super bad. I love to do my thing. I don't need hit me. No one else. Good God. Sometimes I feel so good. Good God. I jump back. I want to kiss myself. Yeah. Yeah. I got soul, yeah, yeah. And I'm super bad. No. Super bad.
And that definitely ought to hold you. We thank you for joining us. We thank the King of Soul, James Brown, the Mighty JBs, Lynn Collins, and the Soul Train Gang. Get into it with us next week on these same stations, and you can bet your last money it's all going to be a Stone Gas, honey. I'm Don Cornelius, and as always in parting, we wish you love, peace, and soul. And may I say to James Brown, on behalf of the Soul Train Gang, the entire staff, and myself, we salute you, Soul Brother number one.
This has been a Don Cornelius production.